Well, thank you for joining us on this Latin X Comic Arts Festival interview of two wonderful people. We have Kristen and Eddie that are joining us from the beaches in Spain, right? I think. No, that's not true. I'll let them explain where they're at and who they are. So thank you.
Actually, we're coming to you from the beaches in California. We are located near Santa Monica in Southern California, and we are the owners of Santa Monica Comics Company. Geez, we co-owned Heidi Ho Comics for 10 years from 2014 through, I guess, 10 years after that. And then unfortunately, that shop had to close down, and we worked diligently to reopen a shop. We weren't able to keep the name, but we were able to open Santa Monica Comics Company just a little over 2 months ago. On December 3rd was our very first day. Before that, I worked 20 plus years in the nonprofit sector, working specifically with marginalized communities and gang involved girls. And after taking a short hiatus from nonprofit work, Eddie bought Heidi Ho and said, "Hey, do you want to come and work and help out?" And I said, "Sure." And I've been here ever since. And my work in nonprofit sector, working with marginalized communities, has really informed the work that I do with comics and with our shop and with my podcast. I'm also a co-host of a podcast called Comadres y Comics. We highlight the Latinx representation in the comic book industry as creators, characters, and fans.
It's
Yeah,
hard to follow.
well,
I was going to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm Eddie D'Angelini. I am the other half of Santa Monica Comics Company. Like Kristen said, we co-owned Heidi Ho Comics for a good decade. And when I say co-owned, we did have two other partners, but we were the faces of the business. We were the ones behind the counter. We were the ones running the day-to-day of the business, and we were the ones people would see when they walk in the door. So we kind of garnered a lot of goodwill in this community here, and a lot of those customers are starting to return to our new shop here, which is nice. And before that, before Heidi Ho, and alongside that as well, I've had my own creative endeavor as well. Chris and her podcast, me. I've been doing a comic strip for the last 12-ish years, based on myself and Kristen. It's called Collectors, and it's all about my comic book collecting and all of my nerdiness and everything she's got to put up with living with me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. And I'm sure being in the Santa Monica area and down south that you attend plenty of different festivals, Comic Cons, those kind of things. What makes the LCAF stand out from some of the others that you've attended?
For me, it was really the student participation that I really enjoyed. It's a 2 day show, and both days really bring their own individual kind of personalities and strengths. That Friday is students that are students there, the campus, and they come in. And last year, it was so amazing how many professors were on board with the event and gave their students assignments to go to the show, to ask and interview people, and take video. It was such an amazing thing to see these college students get excited about comics. And then on Saturday, it is Family Day. All the families come in, and you see the young brown boys and girls coming in and looking at all of the comics and seeing themselves among the pages. And to me, the response that we get, not just from families and parents, teachers, educators that come in and are just buying off all the tables because they want to be able to provide that representation to their students. I just think that that's amazing and what makes that show very special to me.
Yeah, I will second everything that she said, but I'll also add what really makes it such a great show is I think the thought and the care that Teresa puts into it, because a lot of the creators that are there are specifically curated by her. And there's just such a good mix of creators there doing so many different things, but yet still, in a way, are all still connected in a way.
Connected.
And also with that, the care that she takes for all of those creators is far and above what any other show does. You feel very well cared for when you're there. She makes sure that everyone's needs are taken care of, all the creators' needs are taken care of. And hey, at the end of the show, she feeds us. So it's amazing.
And I think, Kristen, you kind of led into this, so it may be a similar answer, but you mentioned the students as kind of a standout on the first day and then families on the second day. But is there a specific standout memory from a previous LCAF that you've attended?
Um, I have really gotten so excited about budding creators, young kids coming to the table and being and showing us their own drawings or talking to us about, hey, I mean, some of them even had their, and I'm talking kids like 8, 9, 10 year
Mm.
old saying, look at my Instagram. I have this Instagram and look at my work. And regardless of at what stage it is, to me, it really stands out. Like I said, I grew up. I don't know why I'm gonna cry already. I get very emotional about this.
About your hometown food.
I grew up in Central California, and I know the farming communities that are from that area, and I know sometimes the situations that the families come from moving around all the time, following work, or when there isn't any work. And to see these kids coming from migrant families or from a farming background get so excited about creativity and artistry and just so like their little eyes shining and opening books and there was one kid that came up and he was just like, I want to be here at this table. I had a table, and one day I'm gonna. And then I actually referred him to Eddie. I'm like, you should go talk to Eddie. That's my husband. That's what he does. And he's published his own work. You don't have to work for Marvel or DC. You can do it on your own. And so he went and he talked to Eddie and talked to everybody. I said, this here is an amazing opportunity for you to meet people who already do what you say you want to do, and you should take advantage of that.
Wow, that's a great story.
Yeah, that's I would have said that if she didn't already say it, but the memory that I always leave with every year after doing the show is the amazing community of all the creators that are there. A lot of times, I know when we go, we know a good amount of the creators there, but there's several that we don't know. But by the end of the show, everybody knows everybody, and everybody is just kind of hanging out together and swapping stories and talking about creative stuff. So you leave with your network of creator friends just, twice as big after that show.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. With that said, so some of these, especially Kristen, with your example, a student that is so excited about, I want to do this, I want to be at this table, um, up and coming, they want to do that. Do you have any tips for students or even someone that's, 60 that would like to get into something like this? Do you have tips that to say, how can you follow your passion or how can you enter this kind of industry?
We get those questions a lot at the shop here, and I actually get it a lot. I mean, I know you do,
I get it all
but
the time.
I get it a lot at our when we have Komasi Comics appearances. They want to come up and ask us how they can create books, and I always just tell them you need to just do it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Eddie about this the other day, where there was somebody who came in and was so excited that they're reopened. It's been almost 2 years that our shop has closed down, and they're like, "I'm so excited to see you back, and I can't wait to come in and read more comics, and I'm still working on my project." And I was like, "Okay." The same project that you talked about previously 2 years ago? And he's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, well, is it done? How far are you? He's like, oh no, I haven't started yet.
Oh.
And then I said, you have to do it in this day and age with the internet. There is nothing stopping you from self-publishing your work. Get feedback, get critique, get eyes, more importantly, on your work. There's so many I mean, you see it in the music industry a lot. So many singers and groups just kept busting their butt putting stuff up on YouTube and TikTok and got people excited about their stuff. It's the same with comics. I know one young creator that I just happened upon at a show. He's a young 12-year-old boy, and he's so talented, but he just posts like constantly. And he got, I think it was Danny Mickey's eyes on, oh no, Lee. It
Jim
was
Lee.
Jim Lee.
Oh,
Jim
wow.
Lee
Yeah.
had a show. He showed up in one of his videos, and so then everyone was liking it. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this young boy who's 13 probably now is a cover artist with DC.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's cool.
Well, Eddie
Yeah.
is the actual art
Yeah.
creator, so you might have better tips.
Yeah, no, there is no tip. There's no trick. It's just you want to do it, just sit down and do it. There's just no trick. That's all it is, really.
Hmm.
And that's what I tell people all the time, because if you don't, you're going to be like Kristen said, you're going to be years down the road talking to people about the same idea that you have that you're going to, make into a book or a comic or whatever it is that you want to do. And I think what stops a lot of people is they say, well, I don't know how to do it. Well, nobody knows how to do it in the beginning. You just do it and you make all the mistakes that first year or so, and you figure out the way to do it that way. You can't learn how to do it, then you start doing it. You have to
Yeah.
start doing it and then learn it as you're doing it.
I'm hoping to get your perspective on why someone should attend the Latinx Comic Arts Festival at MJC. Why you've mentioned a few different reasons on why it's important and why it's a great event and how you can connect as a community and for participants as well. But how can you convince someone to attend?
For me, I'm always telling people who I know in the Central Valley, if you can make it to this event, you should totally go. It's so cool. It's so fun. So many amazing creators. Just like Eddie mentioned earlier, there is such a vast array of creators offering so many different types of stories. Um, we have people with their luchador stories. We have all ages books. We have people who are doing zines. And there's one woman who we met there who had a book. Um, she was a high priestess in the Tongva tribe. And I am reading this book, and we read and reviewed it for our podcast. And I was like, oh my goodness, like in Santa Monica, the Tongva tribe was from all around here and learning history. So many people sharing history of Latinos here in California, just Latinos, period. There's such a amazing offerings of just different books that you can pick up there that unfortunately, and I'm going to say this as a retailer myself, are not available at your local comic shop because these are independent creators who don't have major distribution. Getting distribution in the comic industry is still kind of a barrier to entry for some creators. And so that to me is super important because LCAF does not just offer representation through creators and through the books that they're offering, but it offers access, offering access for these creators to new readers and for these readers to creators that they most likely will not see any other way.
Yeah.
That's a great
I'm literally going to give the same answer because you are going to meet so many amazing creators that have such great work for you to pick up and enjoy. They have such unique voices, and you are going to find so many good books that you're going to want to just buy all of them and take home. And potentially you're going to probably find your next favorite book of all time.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are
And it
great.
might be mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully, right? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, I really appreciate your time. And before I let you go, I'm hoping that if you have anything you'd like to share or promote, or you're excited to share at the conference, that maybe you could give a little teaser now.
I definitely want to promote or just make people aware that my books, all of my books are going to be available over there at the show. And I might have some new stuff that no one's ever seen before as well. So you got to come to the show and check it out. And I guarantee you, you're going to love what you see. Not just my stuff, but everybody's stuff.
And for me, as always, my podcast, Commodity Comics, you can find us at commoditycomics.com. We just recorded last night our 276th episode.
Awesome.
So we right now are in the middle of celebrating Black History Month, and we're reading and reviewing books by and about Black characters and by Black creators. And so it's really important for me to raise up voices of other marginalized communities as well in our podcast. So I'm always wanting to highlight and promote the podcast. And of course, if you're ever in the Santa Monica, West Los Angeles area, stop by Santa Monica Comics Company. And we just have a brand new placeholder website that you can see at smcomicsco.com.
With more stuff on that website coming real soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate this. And you'll see some of their connections on the screen following this, but you can see them in person at LCAF coming up soon. So thanks for your time, Kristen and Eddie. Really appreciate it.
Hey, thank
Thank
you.
Enjoy the
you.
rest of your day.